Hi friends, welcome to the YouTube channel. I am thrilled to have you here. This is episode number 1. This is What is Your Goal? If you know me, you know this is where everything starts. So if you came here from the gram or from the podcast, welcome. If you're finding me new on YouTube, hi there. We're going to grow, learn together. We're going to talk about your bodies, your health, your fertility, and we're going to understand what your goals are and what you're trying to get out of this life. Can't wait to show you more. Hi, and welcome to the YouTube channel. I am Natalie Crawford, MD. I'm a fertility physician, a mom. I have seen women who need to learn more about their bodies, and they come to me with questions, and they come to me asking what do they need to do. And that is why this YouTube channel is starting. I'm a huge believer in asking every woman who walks in the door, what is your goal? What is your goal? Why are you seeing me if you're a patient? Why are you listening to my podcast? Why are you following me on social media? And I'm going to start out this YouTube channel with the exact same intro. What is your goal? So a little bit about me. I'm a fertility physician. That means that I went through medical school. I had 4 years of OBGYN residency after medical school. I did mine at Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas. Then I did a 3-year REI fellowship. REI is reproductive endocrinology and infertility. That is what makes you a fertility specialist. And then I started practicing in Austin, Texas. That's where I live right now. I practice at Aspire Fertility here in Austin, and you will find me there 4 days a week because I have 1 day off. And I started that job a year ago. I left my first job out of training because of severe burnout. I was burnt out. I was not happy. It was not the right place for me. And in that process, I learned a lot about myself, and I really seek to also help women understand how their goals are suited for their life. What I've learned as a fertility physician over all these years is that women do not understand enough about their bodies. It's not their fault. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about what's normal, so you don't know what's not normal. That's not your fault. And women seek to other women and to the internet trying to dispel these myths or figure out what's right. And that's where I come to play. I started an Instagram account at Natalie Crawford MD. You can follow it. And there I talk about fertility facts, inspiration, what my life is like behind the scenes. That led to me starting the As a Woman podcast. As a Woman is a podcast. You can find it on any of the different venues, iTunes, Spotify, all of them. And what I do there is I empower with education. You will have a deep dive into fertility facts. So we will talk hard and long about your periods, your menstrual cycle, PCOS, endometriosis. How long is too long? How can you optimize your chance of getting pregnant? Diet and fertility, the whole shebang. So go and listen, and you can listen to just the episodes that may or may not apply to you. After doing the podcast, I've learned so much about women in general. So what I saw is that women started really looking to me and asking me very specific questions. And it became very, very evident that women were not being given the right tools to make the decisions that mattered to them. And I know that everybody gets information in different ways. So I started TikTok, guys. I started TikTok. I'm not really dancing there. I'm more like pointing at medical facts, but it tends to work and it tends to resonate. And the common theme is, I didn't know, nobody told me. And I don't want that to be an excuse anymore. I agree that women don't talk about their periods and that society doesn't let us talk about it, and we don't talk about our miscarriages or infertility or IVF cycle. We are starting to, and I am here for it, and that's why I'm bringing it to YouTube. This channel is going to be a little bit of a mixture of everything. So just like the As a Woman podcast, here we're going to be diving into fertility, but in smaller chunks of really easily digestible topics. I'm going to be talking about your period, ovulation, trying to get pregnant, endometriosis, PCOS, male factor infertility, tubal factor, IVF, unexplained infertility, egg donation, surrogacy, LGBTQ options, and more and more and more. I'm also going to give you a behind the scenes of what my life is like. I am a doctor mom, so I have 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old. I had infertility with them. I had 3 miscarriages and an ectopic pregnancy before I was able to have them. And that process taught me a lot about what it's like to go through this and really opened my heart up to the fact that it is an isolating process and we shouldn't feel alone. Things that are really common, things that our friends, coworkers, or colleagues, peers, family are experiencing, we need to be putting ourselves out there in that place too. I believe that sharing your story is the most powerful tool you have. If you can share what you've been through and inspire others in the process, even if that inspiration is purely, I'm not alone. I am not alone. What a powerful statement that is. But having a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old and a full-time practice and some social media side gigs and writing a book and all those things, yeah, that's a busy life. So some of the things we'll do is behind the scenes. So behind the scenes with family life, work-life balance, how I make the decisions I do. We are completely transparent here. I'm plant-based, so I'm vegan. My kids are mostly plant-based, meaning when we go out, they have free will and free choice, and I'll talk about what that means. You'll also see behind the scenes in the clinic, talk to some of the staff, just get a feel for what it looks like in a fertility clinic, my path to what it took me to get there, different decisions and roadblocks I had along the way. So you're going to get a combination of both. Fertility facts, lifestyle, life in medicine, doctor mom, work-life balance, and some of those things. I know that going through the process of being a professional woman, even though I'm a fertility doctor, I didn't give a second thought to my fertility for a really long time. And I know that seems crazy. It was actually always in the back of my mind, meaning I knew I wanted kids. I knew I wanted to achieve this goal of having a family, but I did not look at this problem until it was right in front of me, until I was struggling myself. That's when I went to the internet and to textbooks and to studies to try to figure out what was going on with me. And I'm an educated woman. That was during my residency. And if that was happening to me, how do women who are not physicians navigate this process? I know that there are basic facts that we all should know. And when I give the same spiel over and over in my office, and I see the look on women's eyes who say, I wish I had known that earlier, that is like fire, fuel on the fire. That makes me want to deep dive in harder and really dig down and get to the facts of the basics of how your body works, how your hormone functions, what does it all mean, what does your period mean, and the ins and outs of fertility. There are some things that our amazing technology cannot overcome, and if that may apply to you, you should know. I want you to be better than I was. I want you to say, I'm not going to wait till this infertility problem is right in front of me to deal with it. I'm actually going to learn about my body, learn what preventative measures we can do to try to improve your fertility, set you up in the best foot forward so you have actual scientific information, education from a fertility doctor. That's me sitting in my living room talking to you about the basics. There are so many medical pseudo doctors out there, meaning people who are not trained. I went through 7 years of postgraduate training in this field specifically. I hold 2 board certifications, one in OBGYN and one in REI. I also have a master's in clinical research. People who do not have that level of training, they don't have dual board certification, they haven't done a board certified fellowship in infertility specifically, should not be giving you fertility information on the internet. Things about estrogen dominance and birth control pill cleanses, talking to you about your hormones in different phases, they do not have the education they need to be informing you. And so I am here in this space to inform you. I want this community to grow and develop. One thing you'll learn about me is I don't tolerate the mean stuff. Life is too short. I spent too long being a mean girl myself. You'll hear me use the phrase mean girl in recovery because I learned along the way that I am stronger with everybody else. And if you're going to sit right next to me and record your own YouTube about the exact same thing, I am here for it. We'll all have our audiences that will be a little bit different, and we can spread this message of knowledge and education and empowerment together. So I welcome it. It is not about competition. We are growing together. And I really infuse that into everything. If you come into my space and you talk crap, you're mean to people, or you are spreading false information, I'm not going to tolerate it. Life is too short. I got too much to do. You're not welcome here. But if you want to learn, grow, educate, support, inspire, and be a community, I'm thrilled you're in the right place. Please feel free to follow me on all the places. So I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel. So you're going to see a whole mix of this in the vlogs. So we're going to start with posting 2 times a week. I'll see how that goes. Thinking one will be fertility-based educational information sessions, and the other will be behind-the-scenes vlogging. So let me know what you like. Once we see what's resonating, we will grow from there. So subscribe, share, watch, view. I can't wait. You can also listen to the As a Woman podcast, as I said, in all the normal places. Follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Natalie Crawford MD. I'm on Twitter at @InCrawfordMD. I have a blog, nataliecrawfordmd.com, so you can find me in all the places. I am here purely for you. So if you're going to ask me what my goal is with this channel, my goal is to educate you about your fertility and your body, to empower you to live your best life, the life in line with the things that matter to you, understand your priorities, your goals, and truly be happy with the choices that you make. Can't wait to grow together. Thanks for being here.